Hey everyone, thanks for checking in. So today I'd like to talk about the number one secret to successful meditation practice. So this isn't something sexy, this isn't some new technique. It's something very unsexy, but it's absolutely essential to having a successful meditation practice. And it's persistence or consistency. It's about having that consistency with your meditation practice. The great Jerry West, who is the logo of the MBA, said, "You can't get anything done in life if you only work on the days you feel like." And the exact same thing applies to meditation. And I think one of the greatest barriers to why people aren't consistent with the meditation is one of the most common myths about meditation. And I'm going to do a future video kind of detailing lots of the myths and kind of how they impair your ability to have a successful meditation practice. But this very pernicious myth is that when you meditate, you should feel zen, blissed out, your mind should be quiet and still. And that's absolutely false. Actually, when you first start meditating, if you've never meditated before, you can actually start to feel worse because you start to become aware of kind of those dysfunctional thought patterns and stories you create in your head that you really weren't aware of before, because awareness really precedes mastery. And the whole goal of meditation isn't to always be zen, isn't to totally knock out all the negative aspects of life. It then becomes almost an addiction or fixation, such as drinking alcohol to make you feel good because you always want to feel good, or kind of the blind optimism where you're always trying to feel happy and smiling. And that's not what it is. Really, meditation is to experience the full range of human experiences, but have some space behind it. And it sounds a bit esoteric, and it's something that took me a really long time to get, because at the beginning I'd be jumping from technique to technique, or I'd feel kind of crappy for a little bit even though I was meditating. I'm like, oh, I gotta just stop meditating because it's not working, it's BS, right? And there's two quick analogies like to share that really help solidify this point, because stories and analogies, that's how the human brain is kind of wired to understand material. And so the first analogy is, you think if you have a hurricane who's twirling round and round and round, and that's kind of all our lives. There's all these things going on, it's the world, things hitting us, there's things changing all the time, things dissolving, things coming in. But as we all know with hurricanes, there's the eye, there's the center of the storm. So what meditation is, and it's a tool, it's a practice that helps kind of bring us to that eye of the storm. So we're in the hurricane and we can still be involved with life, but we're not whirling around like crazy, but we have that sense of space and centered calmness, right? And the flip side of that is you just throw yourself out of the hurricane and you just check out, and that's when people just check out and they're just like, I'm done with life. Another analogy I like for people who are more into sports, I like, is if you're on a treadmill, because that's kind of how modern lifestyle is kind of like, you're just running on that treadmill and just boom, 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 and you just keep going and you get lost and you get identified with everything on the treadmill. But at any point in time, you're allowed to just jump off the side, and the treadmill can go in, and you're still part of that, but you're not. There's that space again. And again, if you check out, you just jump off that treadmill, and you're just done with life. So it's really important to realize it's this space. And then once you've kind of really internalized that, you realize, hey, it's not about I need a new technique to have a better meditation, or I need to take a break from meditation because it's not working, or I need to visit this guru or this yogi from India. It's about being consistent with it, because over time that's what's going to result in the kind of the rewiring of your brain that's going to allow you to live a different way, because you have to think you've kind of been caught up in this for your whole life. So a month of meditation isn't going to fix all your problems. Meditation isn't some panacea, right? And if you look at very great and wise kind of people, meditation teachers, spiritual teachers, or whatever, they'll always talk about how meditation is a tool, right? Meditation is, having the form of it is very important because it allows you to kind of regularly instill kind of that practice of, you're in that hurricane or you're on that treadmill and you create that space. But for people, the goal isn't to be meditating for longer and longer, having better meditations, and if you're judging meditation, kind of defeating the purpose of it. But the goal is to be able to make your life a meditation, make eating a meditation, make going to school a meditation. And the great teachers and great wise men and women have known that life is the best teacher. And once you're able to make every action a meditation, you don't need your meditation practice. But it takes time and persistence and consistency. And it's absolutely amazing what you can achieve if you compound small little things over time and time. And I was just talking to my friend from Boston University. We ran track together, and we are just talking about investments, and it's remarkable if you stay consistent and you trust the amazing power of compounding interest, how your investments can grow. And it's the same in meditation or anything in life. It's about being consistent. And the last little point about consistency, and this is something that I struggled with, not only with jumping from meditation practice and never meditation practices, but it's also, don't beat yourself up if you miss a day or you miss a couple days, right? Because our human brain loves to trick us, and if we miss a day, then we start to create these stories, and part of meditation is dropping these stories of you're a lazy bum, you're no good, you already missed a day, so you might as well drop it. And it's okay if you get a bit off track, get right back on track, but don't allow missing a day to go to missing a week, to missing a month, to missing a year if it's something you really want to incorporate in your life. Because having just some quiet time, even if your mind's churning, can really drastically improve the quality of life. So just to reiterate, the number one secret to meditation isn't some fancy breathing pranayama techniques, it isn't having some special mantra. It's about being consistent with your practice and then taking that full meditation practice and applying it to your life. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to continue following my journey through medical school. Now get off YouTube and start meditating, or just go and enjoy life. Thanks.